Where's the link?
Thank you very much. Did you post a message?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Our voices, let's see if our voices are okay.
Test. It's okay. Not too loud. You can hear me?
Yeah, and I mean did you post a message?
Okay, understood. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. Our voices, let's see if our voices are okay.
Test. It's okay.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Okay, then we can wait. We can wait for audience to join in, right? Okay, so we got like 8 viewers, so okay, we can get it started. So the last time we had this stream, we were on 5th of May, so right before this push up. that was a good time. So guys, before we get started, do not forget to post questions in YouTube chat. You know, and we will try to answer them to the best of our abilities, like always, like we always try, right? Yeah, and so welcome back to yet another weekly seminar or webinar, or however you like to call it, with me and Arnaud, right, Arnaud?
Yep.
We welcome them right back. And what did we have on Bitcoin this week? Well, this week was pretty good, to be honest. Pretty good. I think we played it quite nicely. So the last time we had stream was around here. So I gotta explain this. Yeah, it was around here. Oops. Yeah, around here. So yeah, before just this breakup, right? So the question is, before this breakout, we said that some longs here, right? We had one long here, and we had one long here, right? Where we got this position was basically from the left side of how we reacted here previously, right? The only thing is, what we didn't update on, and this is the only mistake, it's a pretty much a mistake that we did here, Arnold, but okay, right? After we pushed up here again and rejected this first area should have moved up this, right? Should have moved up there, and this one should have moved instead of this place, right? And here we did a little mistake, and then obviously we got missed on a long, right? Even though it was like, let's see how big the drop was. I don't remember. The drop here was like 16%, and we needed 20. And 20% is a little bit much on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, we will probably get filled, but on Bitcoin, 20% at once, it is much, right? If you disregard what's happening right here, right? So I guess it's no secret that we finally had the halvening, right, last night. And Arnaud, how many times have we said that we're gonna be met with halvening, a dump on a day of halvening? How many times have we said that? About one.
Too many times.
Yeah,
Too many times.
bajillion times probably, right?
At least once per week.
Yeah, and so
During the night.
so if you look at it, right, we reached this point right here, which was actually a nice short one to short as well, right? And from that point, we actually dumped almost 10% in a day. It was almost $1,000 swing, right? And this is exactly what we kept saying. We probably gonna dump on the halving day because, sell the news. It's been like this in crypto because everybody expecting it to pump. So if everybody is expecting it to pump because, you have all these news outlets saying, oh, it's a new opportunity for Bitcoin, blah, 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 you gotta dump. You're probably gonna do the quite opposite, right? And that's exactly what happened last night, right? So people are just surprised that basically nothing has happened, right? People are surprised that nothing has happened on the after the halving, and I don't know what people were expecting is gonna happen, right? But we kept saying it's probably gonna dump. So now the bigger question is, if you're not a efficient miner, right? So if you're not an efficient miner, the cost of mining the BTC at the current at the current, wait, how's it called, the current difficulty, right? So mining, so if you're not an efficient miner and you want to mine Bitcoin at the current difficulty, it's gonna cost you this much to mine a single BTC, right? So it's about you about need to gain $6,000 just to be break even, right? But if you're an efficient miner, so let's just say Chinese, etc., right? It's gonna cost them about here, right? It's got about 7,000 something dollars for them to be efficient or profitable in this case, right? So I know many people are now gonna say, so that obviously means we're gonna stay above 7 grand, right? Because that is their break-even price. No, that does not work like that, right? Because many of those Chinese efficient miners already started mining BTC down here, right? This is how they build their farms in the first place, right? So they are highly, highly in profit, like really highly in profit, right? And even if it goes a little bit under, like even if we go to down 5k or something, right, they're still gonna continue mining. They won't go down. And if miners do decide to shut down their mining operations, the difficulty of BTC is done so well that it's gonna just readjust itself and going to go right back down, and then it's gonna be, I mean, the price is just gonna, how much it costs to mine a single BTC, it's just gonna keep dropping, right? It's just gonna drop until the miners will come back, step in again, and raise the difficulty, right? So it's pretty much, when it comes to Bitcoin system, it's pretty much brilliant in those terms because it's self-efficient. So it's going to take care of itself, right? It's like an active economy, right? It's a really interesting one when you read some stuff about it, right?
It will always eventually find some kind of equilibrium between the price and the difficulty. So yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, exactly. So wait, oh yeah. So what was I trying to say now? So yeah, so we had another type of people last night that said that the bull run is basically starting, right? I think that analogy is, again, it's too soon to say. That's for the first one, right? And we just gotta remember one thing, right? I mean, people just see this, right? People just see this when it's pumping, right? People just love to see the pumps, right? But let's just not forget one thing, right? That we dropped in a single day again this much, right? So this is what we dropped in a single day. That's like 15%, right? 1.5k, right? And if you look at it, how long did it took us to make 1.5k here? About 8 days. But if we look at it from here, so that's about, wait, no, that's 7,000. So from here, right, should I say from here to here, how much did it took us, right? 35 days, right? So basically, you're still seeing one thing, right? We dumping way faster than we do when we go up, right? Right? So that's another thing, which is the problem with BTC. The market is really overextended, right? And this time, when we dumped, we actually had one daily close under this, right? So definitely, we only had one daily close, which is definitely not enough to make any assumptions. But for me, it's a pretty good indicator that I'm going to short, right? I'm gonna try shorting these two areas, right? Or just make a short into a single area, but like however you like it. It's one of those opportunities because the downside potentially from here, right? From here you can all go all the way down here to test this one. You're probably gonna test this one because this one is technically this one, and we already tested it with this. We can still get a bigger reaction, but I'm expecting that this one is gonna be more appropriate right now, right? So the downside right now is much bigger than the upside, since the upside, you can assume that the maximum upside is this now, right? Because if we break this, then we can start saying that we are in bull, right? But that doesn't mean if you just break this and go to this and close back under with a wick like here, right? Then we can't assume it's a bull just yet. So yeah, calls of bull market are just if anybody's saying bull market has begun all that crap, don't listen to it just yet, because that is a false analogy for so far. I mean, so far in, right? Also, the one more thing is when you think about it, right? A lot more people are gonna be selling at this kind of points, right? Because we have hit a perfect weekly resistance. We sold out from a perfect weekly resistance. We created this big SFP, as you can see, right? And that's mostly bearish for BTC, right? So now if we look at from the past, whenever we did something like that, what we do, we went down, right? That's another confluence that we have right now. And where do we probably gonna stop? Probably around here, like we said, right? You're probably gonna test something like this and then see what's gonna happen from there. Or you, in this case, you can even go lower. You can go all the way down to like 5k, right? Like something like this, and then we'll see what happens from there, right? This is our two possible spots that we can hit. Both of them I would definitely long, right? Because it's a good opportunity for a nice strong reaction, a nice winning trade. And then we'll see what happens from those 2 points again in the future, and then we will analyze price action a little bit further and just say what's the next move is, right? We're not gonna make any predictions for now. So everything is pointing down for us now. We definitely have to be taking these shorts. And if we look at it from right now on the smaller time scale, right, one of the shorts would be here, the second short would be here, right? And you know, it's worth a shot because the reward is just so big, right? Reward is pretty much big. And like I said, if we break above, right, there's only like we can break above, we can stop at 11k, we can stop at 12k, we can stop at 14k. The important information is to remember here that it doesn't matter how far above we break, right? We have a high guarantee, or some like I say, a high percentage chance that we're gonna test 10k again before we go up, you know, like somewhere up here, right? There's gonna be a high chance of testing 10k again, and this would exactly be our buy point if something like this happens, right? So there's no need to FOMO if we break out of 10k, right? I mean, if we break out of 10k like that, like I know a lot of breakout traders will enter right here, and this is what I'm afraid of, because if a lot of breakout traders enter right here, you can push the price all the way to up here and it just crash it. This can happen in a single day, so you're gonna get a SFP again, and it's gonna be even more fucked, right? I mean, you know, Arnaud, how it goes, you know, how they like to smash the breakout traders, right?
Yep. Stop hunting. We all know that.
Yeah, it's like the most common way of whales, how whales crush their, you know, how whales fill their positions and crush the market, right? It happens all the time, right? So this is exactly like why so many people sold down here, right? Again, right? I mean, if you breakout traded this short right here, you would have won, obviously, right? But a lot of people got crushed right here because they got afraid that it's gonna go under 3k, right? So they all started exiting here, and this is where they filled most of their positions, right? And it's just how the breakout trading works, and they just abuse it all the time to fill their massive positions, and so they can ride it into a good trade change, right? It's same as this, right? The same. They do this deep retest, they go back to the price, and they do this the retest again to like half of this previous retest, right? And this is again, well, most of the people will exit right here, right? Because they get scared. Oh, now they're saying, oh shit, now they're gonna fake us out and we're gonna go under 3k and we're gonna be able to fill 2k, right? And no, exactly, this is exactly how they get you. They retest it again before they moon. A lot of people exit, they fill in their position, and then they start mooning, right? It is how the whales play the market all the time, mostly. I mean, you know, if you have position size of theirs, you know, you have to pull some moves essentially to be able to, you know, to be able to enter your positions, right? Especially when the market is liquid as the BTC is right now, right? You can see this giant liquidity slides, right? So from this point downwards, I think like 800 millions were liquidated, right? So you know how people were overextended on the leverage to begin with, right? So I guess we could check out Ethereum. Ethereum, I gotta say, it played right into our hands, right? When we had the line, like this one played beautifully, right? This one, we noted this level a long time ago. It came and it came down. It played out beautifully, right? And you can see this was basically the same level that we had here on Bitcoin, right? Sorry, this one, right? But we didn't move this one up. As I said, we forgot, but the part of the Ethereum is Ethereum was falling behind Bitcoin, right? Ethereum was falling behind on Bitcoin on Ethereum BTC chart, and that's why it didn't overextend as much as Bitcoin did, right? Because if you see, Bitcoin went above this point, right? Look at Ethereum. Ethereum didn't even scrape the bottom of it, right? I mean, didn't even fill this one, right? So when the drop happened, Ethereum filled us on the position of the long that we were looking for, but Bitcoin didn't, right? So this one was a beautiful trade, definitely a really beautiful trade, and now we can only hope for that it's gonna test something like this where you would short it again, right? Now at this point probably not. We can say that this one tested was pretty close, but this one on the upwards, this one is definitely shortable right now, and hopefully you can continue for the trend down, right? I mean, statistically speaking, Ethereum should have hit $260, right, somewhere up here, but like if you check the Ethereum BTC chart, right, you can see that it failed to hold this position, so we went lower and we had a little long here, even on 4C. I think I called it in 4C, right? We took fast profits because Bitcoin was unstable, but yeah, it pretty much, gave us some reaction, and now it's going down again. So you can see the Ethereum, if we wanted to go higher than this, it should have held this point, and it failed it, right? It came down, did something like this, and failed it, right? This is where we took our profits for the safety. And yeah, you can't do anything about that, right? So now what you can do, again, you can just wait. If it's gonna hold this point, then it has to go above this point, and then we can talk about it, right? But ultimately speaking, we really want to go have a secure higher, right? We have to go above this point. This is the key point where we want to go above, so we can, we can ultimately get above it. So if Ethereum would catch up with Bitcoin, but right now it's not showing any signs of doing that. So you can't really gamble on it, right? You can only assume, right? So if that fails right now, and which by the looks of it, it is looking weak. But okay, if a lot of things look weak in crypto and then they suddenly pump, right? So I'm not gonna make assumptions. So as I said, if it loses this area, this is probably gonna be the next area to long it, right? It's a little bit wider. It's a little bit wider like this. Oops, a little. Yeah, it's a little bit wider than this. But this is gonna be the next area where it's probably gonna give you a reaction, maybe for a little long, and again with TP here, and then we wait if it gains this, right, and then we can follow up with another play, right? Just gotta wait out to see what the price action is going to give us, right, in the future. There's nothing more to say about, right? So yeah, Ethereum speaking wise, like we said, took a little long here, and now we're gonna try to get another short right here. This is going to be the shorting spot for us, because as again, downside is pretty big. It's not as big on Ethereum as it is on Bitcoin, but it's still pretty big, right? I mean, we can still go retest these levels. So yeah, it is pretty nice. Okay, so we can check ADA BTC. Oh yeah, this one reacted pretty nice from our point. So you see, this one is this one played exactly like we expected, right? Because it held this area. It's like we said on ETH BTC, did this, right? And now it's doing pretty. But is it gonna reclaim the new high? Well, we'll see about that if it gets accepted, right? First of all, we has to hit the last profit target. But so far, it's doing pretty nice, right? We can't really complain. So we'll see what happens on it. Would I go for another trade on this one? Definitely not. Not if it doesn't go above this. Like if it go above this, then I will go for another trade over here, right? Maybe here, depends on how bullish I'm gonna feel, right? I'm not gonna say how foolish I'm gonna feel. Depends on how far it's going to react, right? If it reacts up to this point, then I'm definitely gonna move my entries a lot more aggressive than if it just does something like this, right? Just goes to like here and then goes down, right? Then I'm probably not gonna take this one. We'll probably just move for this one to begin with, right? So it's definitely a big difference on how price moves, where you can take it again, right? You can't just, there's not a fixed thing. So that's why I always say you gotta wait for price action for me to show it where it's gonna go, and then we take the trade, right? Sorry, did we have anything on EOS? On EOS we said, yeah, we're not taking any trades because it looks like junk. And look, Arnaud, man, we had this. We had this actually heat that we had one, right? But if I remember, we said we're not gonna take trade on this one because it's questionable, right? That this one is the main one. But I mean,
yeah, I remember.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's still possible to take it on a lower time frame. But not looking like this. Obviously, it would have to do something a little bit more spectacular for us to take it. So right now it looks even shit on lower time frame. So we'll see what happens till the next week if it's gonna fix itself just a little bit, right? Litecoin really failed us, right? So we tried to predict where the bottom is gonna be last time with the Fibonacci's, right? And it's not a common way. I mean, it's not a good way to predict where it's gonna stop, right? But it's at least something because right now on the left side we got nothing left, right? We got nothing left on the left side, so we can only use a simple fib or wait for lower time frames to, you know, like do a pattern like this, right, or something that we can get some sort of a turnaround, right? So right now speaking, if we go lower time frame, it probably looks like shit. Yep. I mean, these time frames are too low anyways, but it doesn't look like it's reversing just yet, right? I mean, it's trying to do something, right? I mean, like we said, but for this, it has to go above this, then retest this, right? And then it will move, so it's lacking a lot of this, and it's already rejecting here. So a lot of chances that it's gonna go lower. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it does, maybe it's gonna hit actually this. Because the last time we did this, wait, it was 5th, so we were up here, Arnaud, right? Yeah, we were up here the last time we did this, so 17%, and now we got just 7% left. So now we came 10% closer to our entry than we did on the last stream. So we moving it close, right? TRX is one of the better looking ones, gotta say. I mean, not as good as ADA, but it's not too bad, right? So we set up a trade down here because we wanted to be conservative, right? I still think this trade is good. Right now, TRX might change its course a little bit quicker, just because they have this EIO on Poloniex or something, right? So that thing can change course a little bit quicker and hopefully go up. Wait, let me just see how TRX USDT looks. Oh, so TRX USDT doesn't look too good. So basically lost the support again. Okay, so it didn't go under this area. So it is, yeah, so we still got chances of going higher on TRX. Where would I start looking for trade? We have to go above this point and then all along this point on TRX, and it's gonna go like this, right? So that would be my kind of scenario. If this scenario doesn't play out, then I will just take the trade. Just stick to this one. There's nothing else. I mean, there's nothing else I would do here at this point, right? So again, guys, if you got any questions, you can post them in YouTube chat and we will try to answer them to the best of our abilities. Okay, so happy XRP. XRP, we said it the last time, right? This is our spot, Arnaud, when the two, two areas meet, that we would take the XRP right here, right? And surprisingly speaking, right? I mean, technically looking, it was hit quite nicely, right? It was hit quite nicely, and we had a reaction. Let's see how big of a reaction did we get from it. About 7%, which is not too much. I was expecting a little bit more, right? So it's still possible. Let me see how it looks like on the lower time frame. So we tested this, okay, so we absolutely have to hold this now. Absolutely have to hold this now. We can hold this, hopefully we can tag this, right? I mean, this would be at least what we should tag. I mean, from an area, strong area like this, if XRP can't even tag that area, then that's really sad to me, right? So this one is now still possible to long, but the thing is, wait, are you still inside the ANID Arnaud?
Yep, I was disconnected.
Oh, okay, I accepted you back. Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, yeah, we absolutely have to hold this. We can't go under this anymore. We go under this, we're probably gonna end up even lower, right? So what in this thing can happen, you can dip a little bit to the lower side of this area and then bounce, but I'm gonna go against that just because we already tagged it all the way down here with this week, right? So if I'm assuming this happened when BTC dropped like crazy, right? Which is probably 10th of May. So yeah, that was 2 days ago. So that was probably it, right? So I'm not gonna say that this area is gonna be good just because of that week, because it was technically tested. So if it's not in anymore, then I would say it's no bueno, right? It's no good. So for now, we'll see. Let's see how it looks on weekly. I mean, weekly looks exactly the same. I mean, it should bounce around here. Definitely should bounce around here. But if it's not, then this is gonna be the last area of defense for XRP, because if the XRP can't make anything from this area, then I don't think we're ever gonna see another higher high on, another top on XRP ever again, because then it's just too dead, right? Then it's just gonna be too dead. Like, you would need a massive bull run for you to ever reach these levels again. So you absolutely have to hold the area, or it's GG, or how you would say, good game for the XRP, right?
Thanks for coming, but it's over.
Yeah, thanks for coming, XRP, but it's over. Yeah, exactly. So let's just see. So we had on ADA. Oh yeah, we set up a long right here. Down here, it never got filled yet, and it looks like it's not gonna be filled because right now it's moving above this. So we should have moved it up probably, but I'm not gonna do that because we had plenty of other trades to play at. Bat. Oh yeah, Bat did a wonderful. We had Bat BTC, right? Oh yeah, I don't have it on this graph, but he had a trade down here on Bat. Yep, right here. And the son of a bitch missed us just for a little bit, right? Should have done an area like I always do, right? I mean, the one time I didn't do an area because I thought Bitcoin is gonna overreact. They screw me like this, Arnaud, huh? They screw me like this. Miss me for like 10 satoshis or something like that.
For a couple of pips, yeah.
And look at that shit. Look at that reaction. 45%. Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna look at it anymore. So yeah, but look, when it paints a chart like this, right? I mean, what can you do with this, right? What can you do with this? I mean, and I know a lot of people are thinking this, right? I mean, it's a trend line. Shit, no. I mean, you can't do this, right?
It's a lower high for me.
Yeah, it's really hard to not trade this because the problem of this chart is every level is tested, right? Every level was tested on the way up because of the way it moves, right? This is such a cancerous movement, right? And then not only it would take you out on this short if you had one here, right? First of all, it will fill you nicely, give you a reaction, and then it takes you out, right? That's really gay. And then it takes you out, and then it rejects down as shit. And you know what this happens? These weeks mostly happen because there's low liquidity market, right? This week right here, right? Because this week was unnecessary. This one was what we all needed, right? But this one was unnecessary. They pushed it all the way up, and after they pushed it up, right, they crashed it for 23%. Your short was okay. Your short would have lasted on traditional markets, but not in crypto, right? Because liquidity, and problem is when you have a bunch of people that have too much money, they can just sell it off big time or just buy it off big time, right? And the price always overreacts, right? Okay, so this one played out pretty nice that we had here. Not much to say about this one. Called one trade on this one, but I think it was BNB on BTC, right? It was down here. Oh yeah, it's about down here, right? We still got one trade waiting for it down here. We'll see how that one is going to play out. We still got something to gain. If, like, honestly speaking, since we went under this, it's probably gonna go lower. We have like 70% chance that it's gonna go lower. So we'll see when that gets hit, if it's gonna give us a nice reaction, right? We already talked about BTC, and you see, the last time when we had the stream, we draw this. It's gonna reject up here, and it's gonna go down here, and then we'll see what happens here, right? And the thing is, right, I mean, this is how a chart should look like, right? It's definitely like the bat, because that was a nice clear rejection and it already went down 26%. And you can see that it didn't take you out. If you had your stop, simply if you had your stop up here, you would already be safe, right? And nice in a trade. So it didn't stop you out. But that was a beautiful trade, right? Very beautiful trade. EOS we already discussed about. We'll see what it does on lower time frames on BTC chart. I mean, it's not surprising now that a lot of BTC charts looks better than USDT, right? Oh, here we are. We came really close to the stop, as you can see, but then we bounced. Oh no, we bounced to like the first profit target. No, I would definitely. Whoops, what was that reaction here? 6%. Definitely should take the first profit target now because we don't know if BTC is gonna drop or not yet, right? Hopefully it's gonna retrace up higher so we can short it before it drops, right? But you never know, Gotta be safe. Oh, this one, we survived as well, and Arnaud, look at that. Look at his tight stop losses, huh? We surviving on margins. And you can see there's one thing again, right? You can see how cheeky it just takes out the lows, just barely takes out the lows, right? And then it goes. And this is exactly, we remember on what I put it a little bit under this candle.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what this was enough this time around, right? Okay, so let's see Link. Okay, so Link. Okay, so we did like this short was amazing, right? On Link that we did. Beautiful short, right? Can't argue with this. This one we posted still during the competition, right? And we got
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
amazing reaction down at whoop, again I used the wrong one.
It took quite a long time to be filled,
Yeah,
but
20%, huh?
yeah,
20%. But we took the profit target. It's the blue line, so it's about 13%. We're still waiting on one more profit target, right? Because right by this price action right now, I'm hoping that this one is gonna be hit as well. The only problem I have, you have on daily, right? You close right back in, right? And this is considered a little bit bullish, right? You close back in, right? So what you're gonna do right now from here, you're probably gonna retest this. Right? And then hopefully we're gonna see something like this, right? Hopefully. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna retest somewhere up here. Let's just see on a lower time frame how it looks like. Yeah, something like here. You're probably gonna retest something like here. So we'll see how that one is gonna play out next week, right? If it's gonna hit the second one, or did we stretch it a little bit too far? So essentially speaking, you also had a nice long here, but if I check the area right now, because my area would be around here, I don't think I would get probably miss for like a couple of cents again. Let's see what was the lowest it came, 507, and it was about 5. Oh yeah, I would be missed for less than a cent if I put it like I usually do, right? For less than a cent. So that's a sad story, right? Again, I'm glad I didn't see this long to begin with, because I would be quite mad. Let's see how Link BTC did. I'm actually curious about that one. Well, holy shit, Arnaud, like that's basically what you want to see, right? Okay, so on Link
oh,
BTC,
yeah.
we hit our long perfectly, but on Link USDT, we would be missed by 1 cent, right? Or less than 1 cent. But here, my god, played out perfectly. Can't argue with that. Definitely beautiful trade. Litecoin, let's see, Litecoin. USDT wise Litecoin. Let me see. Okay, so definitely close back above, but this is considered bearish. So I'm gonna say like this, right? Again, same like Bitcoin, right? Shorts or Ethereum. I think it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. Same like this. Shorts on these two areas, right? You see another issue you have. We already spoke that about so many times, right? Or not? I mean, all the charts look the same. USDT charts look the same with Bitcoin, right? They all look
And
the
you
same.
can predict which one will moon
Yeah.
and which one won't.
But look at this, right?
Yeah.
Some of them a little bit overextend, and look at this one. You might say it looks a little bit more bullish, right? But again, it still lost this level, right? So again, what you're gonna do, you're probably gonna short it when it cuts back, right? Because that would be the right thing to do. And then you have things like this, right? When it comes here and it misses you for less than 1 cent. What do we like to call this, Arnaud? We like to call this a GG. We're not lucky when it comes here, right? I mean, sometimes it comes so close and it still misses us. Oh, TRX. Oh, I forgot that we had one here. Okay, so TRX, we actually had a trade on USDT, but I was also looking for a trade on BTC pairing, right? So I now remember that one as well. But this one is still from the competition. This one didn't get filled the last time. It didn't get filled this time as well. This one was again from competition. So as you can know, the last time. Oh wait, sorry, we set it up this trade last time. So the way that we spoke about it, we said, shit, these 2 points are both important, right? And we couldn't decide which one to place trade. So what we did, right, was place trade here, place a stop right under it, and then set up another trade right here. So in this case, this trade would have stopped you out, but this one would have get filled. Oops. So now you're looking at actually even better risk to reward ratio, right? Because up here you already made 3.36%, right? While up here you would make 6 if it came to up here, but if it come all the way down here, you'd make 3.4. So basically you made pretty much the same as you would with this one. I thought this one was a little bit more. Like this trade was really good, right? But I knew it was risky, and you can see what happened again. It wicked out, right? It wicked you the fuck out, right? But this is why you have a safety trade down here. You split 0.5% to one, 0.5% to other, and then one of them wins, and you still make the profit. Just it's not as much as profit as if you only had one trade, right? This one didn't fill you, sadly. XRP filled us. Beautiful. We had a little reaction. Actually looks a little bit better than it does on the BTC pairing, but we had a little reaction of 10%. Oh, so this one, so we said our main trade would be here, and this one missed us as well. Tezos, man, Tezos was not feeling us a lot lately. Like, look at that. You remember this? Arnaud missed us here. Missed us here. Okay, so Tezos is definitely not our favorite coin, right? Definitely does look like it. But it's still gonna play out our way at the end of the day, so that's lovely, right? Oh yeah, and this one was from the competition. We already played it here. Yep. So yeah, guys, are there any questions? We can still analyze some coins if you guys want. Just post some questions, post some coins. We can do a quick analysis before we wrap this one up, right? Because we already checked out all the main,
All the major, yeah.
all the major coins and BTC, and we made predicaments for the future, right? I mean, on BTC we did pretty good job, right, Arnaud? I mean, we pretty much said like, we pretty much said to sell in this area up here. We got tagged right here. We sold Bitcoin, right? I mean, we could have sold it more beautifully, right? And I will see what's gonna actually happen when the price comes back, right? We'll see. How is it gonna go? Wait, where did Bitcoin go? Bitcoin went up all the way. Oh, so it's already dropping. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Okay, so guys, if you got any questions, feel free to post them right now, or we gonna wrap this up. So you got any more you want to talk about, Arnaud? Do you want to mention something?
No, not really. Maybe we can mention that no Coinbase and Gemini or Gemini, I don't know, have an
yeah, I
account
forgot. Yeah, so
cheaper mortgage debt. And fundamentally, this is pretty good.
yeah, so JP Morgan is basically, probably everybody knows JP Morgan, right? They own so much. JP Morgan has one of the biggest portfolios in management like ever. They have, I think, her daughter or something with JP Morgan handles like $1 trillion worth of portfolio, something like that, right? So they're managing insane amounts of money. And they actually are. They're gonna support the Gemini and Coinbase, right? On the to become a full-fledged legal exchanges, which they already are. But I'm saying more in the terms of supporting the BTC, right? The only question now that gives me, right? Okay, so Coinbase can go full legal, with BTC, right? But how do you control exchanges like BitMex, right? Because we all know Coinbase doesn't drive BTC, right? If any exchange drives BTC in this market, it's BitMex, right? And BitMex, we all know it's not regulated, right? Because
no, it won't be.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, BitMex, they don't even take fees, right? So if you don't market smash your trades, you don't pay fees. If you just put a limit order in, they actually pay you fees for putting in a limit order, and if somebody buys into you, right? So how does BitMex make money, right? Well, essentially speaking, BitMex makes the most money probably off of liquidations, right? And which I'm not sure if that's even legal, right? Because if you look at countries like USA, they have high limits on margin and everything, but then it comes to BitMex, they just allow 100x and everything, right? So I'm not even sure if that's legal what they're doing, and pretty much how they move the market, I don't even think it's legal, because obviously we can just speak to ourselves, right? I mean, when you see market movements like this, it takes so long to get up and then you drop everything in a single candle. We already know there's some manipulation, right? But I'm not gonna say that going down is manipulation, because obviously going up is manipulation as well, right? Because if you're gonna take time for yourself, like which I did, right? I watched the order books on this push up on BitMEX. There were same orders time, yeah.
Right.
There was like 2 million guy, 4 million guys, 6 million guys, and they were just placing orders, removing orders, right? I mean, they never bought anything, but they placed their orders 10,000 times. Jesus Christ, they were placing orders, removing orders, placing orders, removing orders, right? And they were just artificially, moving price up, as you can see on altcoins. It's the same big deal like a market maker, right? And then when they finally stopped, you had a big write down. So obviously you can tell by this huge dump of the market was being overextended, right? And this is exactly what they do with Bitcoin. They overextended it, they filled massive positions up there, and then they dropped it like a son of a bitch, right? And they probably made a lot of money. I mean, 1.5k drop, and imagine yourself having like 60, 100 probably even more than 100 millions on it, right? With I don't know, God knows what leverage, they probably double their money or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how JP Morgan is gonna help that with Coinbase, because Coinbase is definitely gonna have issues going legal over such uncontrolled market, right? Because they can't stop the other markets not cheating on BTC, right? Plus, even though if you go on CoinMarketBase, CoinMarketCap, sorry, and you check top 10 exchanges, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna know a single exchange that is there. I mean, there's some random names, and they're reporting billions of dollars of volume, but I never saw that exchanges ever in my life, right?
No, no, true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
But
yeah, so
it can be bad for crypto. I mean, it's still a good news. We'll see what will be
yeah,
the
we'll see. I
implication.
mean, every adoption is good adoption, right? We can't say it's bad, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can wrap this one up then, Arnaud. We got no questions.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys
So
saw what's
guys,
gonna happen in the future. I hope you guys took down some trades or wrote some down. And let's just see where BTC is gonna go. It's a crucial point right now. I mean, there are chances that we actually found the top. So if those chances are, I'm gonna try to take the trade on them and then see where it takes us back, right? Even if it stops me, the trade, taking a trade at this spot is still worth it, and I would do it any day of the week, right? So yeah, guys, we will be seeing you next week, same time, same
same
hour,
time.
right? Same time, same hour, yeah. Same day, same
Yeah,
hour. So that would be
of
on
course.
19th, right? Okay.